from the team called the Morning Steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
Steam playing.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam show for Wednesday, March 26th. Well, we got a bit of a respite today. There's some games for sure to talk about. We've got 6 in the NBA. We've got 4 in the NHL, and we've got those 3 college basketball games, including the championship game late this afternoon from the CBI tournament in Daytona Beach between the Illinois State Redbirds and the Cleveland State Vikings. So we've got sports. We've got probably the shortest show we'll have in a for a few weeks anyway, for sure. With our tomorrow, we'll be here for 5 hours, I guess, with all the games we have in store with Major League Baseball. But we've got today our modest little card. We'll talk about it here on the show. Thank you for joining everybody here on the Morning Steam show with, some news that came out over yesterday with some NFL breaking news late last night with the Giants signing Russell Wilson. They also got Jameis Winston, and they're trying to make some moves. We saw the Patriots signed Stephon Diggs here. So Patriots, Patriots have actually spent a little money here, but whether or not it's going to turn things around up there, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, we've got our little show here to go today off of yesterday. I need some help from you guys. I was ice cold by the end of the night, and man, was I steamed with some L's last night. So hopefully I get some winners from you guys in the chat here this morning. Say hello to a few folks. I don't know what else we can do and what else we can cover here today. We could, do baseball preview, but we know that our day is spent previewing the games. Man, we've got all those games tomorrow. They don't even start till 3 p.m. Actually Eastern time, I believe, tomorrow. So we'll preview those games tomorrow. We've got the NCAA tournament, of course, tomorrow as well, as we resume play in the Sweet 16. So what else are you guys looking forward to here this weekend? Want to let everybody know we do have our UFC coverage already beginning here for this week, as they're in Mexico this week, and we've got our preview show up and ready with VB MMA picks later tonight. We'll have First Strike as well, as the guys will have their top plays for UFC Mexico on Saturday. We'll have our companion coverage, of course, leading up and into those Elite 8 games on Saturday, obviously, in college basketball. But check out our preview for Moreno versus Urseg on Saturday at the CDMX Arena in Mexico City. UFC MVB MMA Picks is sponsored by SXBet, the world's largest blockchain betting exchange. We previewed that fight between Moreno and Urseg and a couple of other fights with Uncle Weezy this week. So if you're a fan of Weezy, check it out here on the Sports Money Network. All right, let me say hello to a few folks and kind of get our show started. It's funny. You might know or you might not know that yes, we're talking about the finales here in some of these smaller college tournaments, but did you know there's another college tournament still to come this in the next week or so? They're playing a tournament out here, an NIL tournament that starts on March 31st. This will be an event here in Las Vegas with 16 teams invited. So we're not done with college basketball. Of course, we're not done because of our big tournament games, but there's going to be a whole nother 16 team tournament fired up here in just about 5 days. And some of the teams involved include Villanova, Arizona State, Cincinnati, Nebraska, Boise State, Central Florida, Colorado, Villanova, among others, George Washington. I think they have one of the better records in that tournament. Utah and Butler will be meeting as well. So there's another college basketball tournament yet to come. We've still got opportunities to make some money here. We'll talk about those games when we get to them. But just want to let everybody know the college basketball season will not end with just the Final Four. They play down to a winner on April the 6th. So we already have the line. The lines are out for those games, by the way. See who's here today. Joe T got us started off. Good morning to Joe. Hey, everyone. This is my right-hand man. He's my Ed McMahon. Thomas Lewis says, good morning. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, the fastest growing sports betting network on YouTube. Robert McCormick is here today. Here's Gravy, trying to get enthusiastic here. And then I realize I had a rough night. And then I get sad again. Nasty Nate's here. He liked the Celtics in the second quarter today in their matchup tonight with those hot Phoenix Suns. Joe W is here. Blue is here. La-do-dee-da-do-da. Nuke, hello. Hope you had a great time there. Missed you over the week, but we do know you had a great time. It sounded like you got your name dropped quite a bit on the shows down there, even though I'm not sure I ever saw him. I don't know, with all due respect, I don't know if I watched every show from San Antonio, but I'm not sure I saw Nuke on the air at all. But maybe you did. I was a busy too. Thomas says he likes Cleveland State already. Here, DB Gnarly, hello. And our Thompson's here. Good morning to Sub. We got very limited soccer action for sure today. But, we're starting to get more clarity here as far as who is going to play in the World Cup. We saw more qualifiers yesterday for the World Cup, and we do know now which teams so far that have qualified. It's just a handful of teams so far. Of course, we've talked about it. We've lamented on it with the U.S., Canada, Mexico, and also so far into the World Cup are Japan, New Zealand, Iran, and Argentina. And we'll get plenty more, but we do have some of our World Cup teams there. Nuke's talking about it with the SBC, the CBC tournament here in Las Vegas. Basketball Crown. I think that's what it's called. Nuke's got it right. You'd think I'd know College Basketball Crown. That's what it is. And Nasty Nate also, he was out down there as well. D. Lou, good morning. Nice to have you here. And Subhuman talking soccer action from last night. We definitely have a pretty barren schedule today in college basketball. Definitely got looking forward to some of the tennis action here tonight. We did finally get the play underway and got those matches in last night in Miami. So we have I believe 5 more matches here today, starting pretty early with everybody's new sweetheart, Alexandra Iala, but she's up against Iga today. So some nice matches still. Probably the featured matchup as far as close matches might be Grigor Dimitrov against Francisco Cerundolo. I took a couple of L's in tennis as well yesterday. So All right. Timothy Hawk here yesterday. He found a winner for me. Yeah, I mean, if anything, did manage some winners on the ice last night, so I guess I can cover those a little bit. And kind of, I wish it was a busier schedule, so I had something to talk about because the results weren't perfect for me yesterday, but we did have a premium pick winner with Philadelphia and Toronto game to go over. Also, winner here on the show with the Tampa Bay Lightning on the puck line. I did have the Buffalo Sabres in that upset. A win over Ottawa yesterday. We had Buffalo here on the show. All right. Also, we had Nashville yesterday. How about that on that puck line over Carolina, Nashville with the win there yesterday, giving us that upset victory there. We had them on the puck line. I know, what are you going to do against Carolina? I don't know. They're going to beat them or not, but I did take them yesterday for that one. And we had the Vegas Golden Knights yesterday as well. Probably could have got them did them on the puck line, of course, but I was just a little gun shy there as well. Premium pick, or I'm sorry, consensus here did have the winner with Montreal and St. Louis game to go over. I want to shout out Joe gave us a 3-1 day with his overs yesterday in the NHL. Of course, he had there were some goals scored, weren't they? He gave us those overs yesterday. Of course, I tailed him on that Philly Toronto, but he had the Pittsburgh Tampa over. There it is. Thank you, Joe. Good. Do the work for me there so I don't have to get too long-winded here. But hey, I did come through the premium pick winner with the big game between Washington and Winnipeg game under. Congratulations to Winnipeg. They become the earliest Canadian team to clinch a playoff berth in 6 years, I believe, 5 or 6 years. Winnipeg doing a great job. Also, we did have Colorado to rock there yesterday on the puck line. We did have the Calgary Flames late last night. Also, LA Kings, a winner here on the show. Hey, 3 a.m. is here. Nice to see you. 3 a.m. That's usually when I get up for the show, but still a little rusty here for me. You know what I mean?
Final.
Still not 100%, but you'll catch me catching my breath here a little bit throughout the show. Feeling pretty good physically, but maybe a little bit internally not as great. All right, and but thanks for everybody's concern this week. It's been nice. And also, in the NBA last night, I couldn't find a winner by the end of the night. We did have a winners here on the show early. Detroit Pistons here also. Orlando and Charlotte game to go over. We also had the Dallas and New York Knicks game to go over late last night. Those college games. We did have Chattanooga here on the show in the NIT. But really, other than that, I couldn't find any college winners either. So maybe you guys should be taking care of the show for me here and be the host or something here. So I do appreciate everybody in the chat. Thomas is saying he's either my doctor or he's been there, done that there a little bit. Maybe I'm getting old here a little bit. So we'll get on with the show right after my commercial here, and you can get some more plays from me today over at winnable.com/Ramon. I'll have selections today in our little card here, 6 games in the NBA, the 3 college games, 4 on the ice. So check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. This is how you get more content from me and support me here on the show. You can subscribe for 1 month. That costs just 56 cents a day. When you use the promo code STEAM and subscribe for 1 month, got nearly 50 people signed up. Man, I'm so proud to have 50 people interested. Look, 56 cents a day. It's, I say, if you did the math, not going to be, breaking the bank here. That's not what it's all about. This is just how I track, how we get a modest following here and keep me coming and doing the show every day. I think that's worth it. I mean, look, if I'm making $25 I'm coming on here for 2 or 3 hours. I'm not quite making minimum wage, I guess, these days, but doesn't matter. I'm here for you guys, and to do the show gets me motivated every day to wake up, get the show going, and be here with you guys. That's my motivation in life, it feels like. So really appreciate it, everybody. I'm really happy and proud of that support that you're giving me, and that you'll take the time to click those buttons to subscribe and plunk down a few dollars, and I send you some great content. I hope it's really just a series of selections throughout the day to keep you interested and invited in the sports betting game, so that you can, have your own picks. You can look at my picks and, you know, decide for yourself. You can tail them, you can fade them, you can add them to yours, whatever the case may be. But it really is cool that you guys are supporting me here on the Sports Money Network. When you go to winnable.com, use that promo code STEAM, like you see right there. Appreciate that. When it comes up, it kind of looks like this, so you know you're in the right place. It has Apple Pay and Google Pay right there. So $4 a day gets you the plays, but you can get them much cheaper than that when you choose the 1-month package and support me here on the show. All right, I'm just seeing some of the finals come in. I definitely took one night off here for a little bit of baseball prep. I didn't have any coverage of overnight action in the KBO or in the CBA, but we'll be ready to maybe add some of those. I'll have some tennis, I think, here on a couple of these big matches today. And we'll just start the show and get rolling. We can get you out of here real quick today for sure. Here, and let's see here. Twisted says those lines are out in the Sweet 16. He wants to get his plays in right now for the Sweet 16. Thank you, Twisted. Great to see you here today. All right. I'm ready to go with the show. Look, we can get this done here in probably an hour or less with our games. We really only have 13 games to preview. And, a couple of them we wouldn't even preview if it wasn't for the fact that we don't have a lot of games. So let's get started and see what you guys want to do in these games today. We can start in the NBA here. By Max, ready for the baseball season. And we'll be here a long time tomorrow for sure. I mean, if you think about it, got a full slate of Major League Baseball. We've got a big NBA card, big NHL card, and of course the Sweet 16 tomorrow. So I know that I'm in position to win a contest, maybe not win, but I mean, I'm ahead or tied for the lead in one of those contests across the street, the old confidence pool. And, things could break my way and get that pool going, but there's a few that have some upset picks in there that they could just click on the 1 or 2 picks that they have. They will win that contest. So we'll see. Looking forward to the games here this weekend. I'm down to 3 teams in my futures pool. The only way that I can come out with a profit. Imagine this: you spend $400, or I should say $440 in futures I spent this year. I can win here. 600 if Alabama wins, so that would be $140 profit. 500 if Auburn wins, that'd be $60 profit. 600 if Tennessee wins, that would be another 140, right? 140 profit. And also Florida in the Final Four to win 220. So that would add to it, I think, a little bit there. So, look, we can win a little bit. I don't know if it was worth the anguish of leaving. Everybody says that when you bet the futures, you don't have your money there, and spend $440 to win. Hopefully, I guess I could win. I guess I need Alabama or Tennessee and Florida to get to the Final Four, basically, to come out with a profit. Okay, that's fine. All right, Twisted Loves, and we'll be here every day, baseball. That's our thing. Hey, there's some steam coming out right now, so hey, that's the name of the show. Let's talk about this move coming in between Toronto and Brooklyn. Steam to the under right now coming in that game. I mean, I already know Brooklyn's been our favorite under team, it feels like, all season, or at least since the All-Star break. No, probably before that as well. And let's see here what that's going down to here. 213 right now here at Circa in Las Vegas. So, all right, just getting started here. All right, Nuke's ahead in the brackets. He said, "Hey, we can take a sweep, Nukie and I." And OCaps is here. Thank you, OCaps. Great to see you today. Yeah, I was trying to analyze that a little bit there, Nuke, because yeah, first prize I think in that other one might be 600 on the one side, and was just looking at kind of who was alive and who is in contention there. In case I wanted to, pardon me, probably just roll with it a little bit. Blues ready to go here. Just seeing right now some news coming out. Looks like Stephen Curry for tomorrow. It looks like he'll be questionable here for Friday, but still trying to get him back into the mix a little bit here. We saw he wasn't able to, make the lineup yesterday in Jimmy Butler's return. I guess we could talk that of Jimmy Butler a little bit there. Yesterday we talked about would Butler be well received? I thought it was a mixed response there when Butler's video was shown, but certainly, look, a man who's like, you can clap for the man a little bit. His beef wasn't with the team as much as it was the coaching staff there. Well, maybe a little bit of the team as well, but all right. I think that should do it for some of the talk there from the news yesterday.
Instant playing.
And here we go. I was kind of lamenting also, though, in the, all the NIL and the 1,000 players, more than 1,000 players here. Blue nose, man. I need that water. All right. Already. Yeah. And the NIL players changing teams yesterday. And how about the coaching news of Richard Pitino going to Xavier? He'll be in the same conference as his dad. How about that? Going to Xavier, and they'll meet St. John's. We have Pitino on Pitino crime there in the Big East. So, all right, and one other disturbing story, right? Could this be? I mean, I talked about it, right? Could this be the upcoming trend? We lost St. Francis, New York this past year in college basketball because they decided to, kind of ramp down their athletic program. Now, not related, but I mean, St. Francis, PA says they're out. They're out of Division One. We're going to back to Division Three, where we don't have to worry about all this NIL. Our conferences aren't going to compete really with the big conferences. Why spend the money? Why try to go through this just to end up, well short? We're not going to win anything. And they made the tournament, and that's a payday in itself. But could it be a sign of things to come with weaker teams, smaller conference teams not being able to compete, foot the bill, whatever the case may be? And St. Francis, PA drops their program in basketball, or dropping their athletics. I think I didn't really look all into it, but they will not even be in Division One basketball anymore. So, could other programs kind of follow suit? Okay, let's get started here. And let me get you guys talk. Let me get a break here real quick at the start. spilt my water. Oh boy. I have spilt my water and we have a disaster on our hands. Right here to start the show. Oh my gosh. What a fool. I am here. Not big time, but all over my sheet. Oh boy. Uh, Here we go with our previous.
Critical notice.
All right, getting a little word here. Looks like hearing some of our Zion Williamson questionable tomorrow. Man, I missed my face there a little bit and poured it all over my sheet. Here we go. All right. Yep. Now we really got to get going here. Philly Eagle Flyer, good morning. Hello. And we won't stop here. Giving us the sports money is money. And thanks, everybody. Let's get started, shall we? First up, we'll go to the NBA. 6 games in the NBA. And yeah, we'd skip this one if we didn't have to, with the Wizards taking on the 76ers here on Thursday. The Philadelphia 76ers favored by 3 for the most part. Total here 231.5. It's gone up here a little bit. We did see some steam here in this one, just as we were kind of coming on the air here. So up to 231.5 here in this one tonight with the Wizards taking on Philly. A battle of who's going to end their long losing streak. This is a good one to start off with, huh? 2 teams going backwards for sure, and no hope in sight, but one of them is going to win here tonight. And Philly is favored by 2.5 or 3 here. We could probably just skip this one pretty fast. If you want to make a pick, go ahead. But we'll give a few trends out, see what's going on here with these two and these long losing streaks right now. If anything, it feels like Philadelphia might not be the best team in this situation, but I don't know, I'll probably just default to the home team almost at this point. You can't find many positives between the two. Washington failing, losing 5 in a row or so. Philadelphia with a 5-game losing streak. 10 of the last 15 meetings between the two teams have gone over. And that widely reported steam came in on the over. Philadelphia has actually gone over in 8 of their last 10 games and 5 of their last 6. Washington's gone over in 5 of their last 7 games overall coming in, but can't find any positive trends with these guys as far as covering any numbers or anything like that. Philly has covered 4 out of the last 6 meetings between the two teams coming in. Philadelphia just 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games. So I don't have much for this, many positives out of this situation here, but let's see if you got anything here in this one. Philadelphia has failed to cover the spread in 11 straight games at home as a favorite. Well, that sounds fine and dandy, but they haven't been favorite too often lately. Interestingly enough, though, they have been a favorite in 25 of their 72 games so far. How did that ever happen, you wonder, huh? Let's go to the chat here a little bit. I might need to. Okay, let's see here. Oh, okay, here we go. We got some plays here. Thomas is on. Guys, let me. This is embarrassing. Give me a second. Boy, I'll be glad when this week's over, huh? Or this little illness is over. Okay, Thomas is on Philadelphia here. Blue says, give me the Wizards team total under there. And Jerry says, you heard that, it's just a way to get the players paid. It's not really a big, yeah, it is a big deal, right, Jerry? The haves will have and the have-nots will not. We know that. And let's see, Dougie Wise here. He's got to play here in our next game up. So thank you to Dougie. NYC Bar likes the over here. Nuke. He wouldn't play this game if it was the only game on the board. We know he's not a big hooper. Here's Robert on the Sixers here, and here's an over. Blue says Wizards aren't winning anything here of late. They can't. Well, actually, they did win a game. He says there. I think he means on the road, but in NYC Bar, he says over in the no defense played here. I'm gonna take Philly. I know we just said that Philly here, not covering anything for sure, but neither is Washington. So if I have to lay some points here, maybe I'll just take Philly here in this one. Let's move on. Come on. All right, now we can get some games going here with the Lakers. Group of games here at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. The Lakers in this one, taking on the Pacers here. Pacers are on a winning streak, and the Lakers are on a losing streak. And will that continue right now? Hey, did anybody see old Bronny James the other night? 39 points in his G League game after he had that big NBA game. Keep putting him back down there in the old G League to rack up some numbers. He didn't have a game as good a game last night. It was Monday night that he had the 39 points against the Warriors G League franchise. So Bronny, he'll probably find a way to stay in this league for sure with some good numbers. He had that great game, of course, before that, but they keep bouncing him around and shuffling him around a little bit. Okay, anyway, Pacers here on this win streak. They beat Minnesota the other night, 119-103. It's a 2-point dog. Lakers have lost and failed in 3 straight games. It looks a little clunky. Really, they had a few games where they didn't have all their personnel together, and then all of a sudden they get LeBron back, and now they, are struggling here a little bit. Maybe the chemistry a little bit's a problem for the Lakers, it feels like. Lakers are 23-19 against the spread as a favorite. Indiana 15-13 against the spread as an underdog. Indiana just 2-7-1 against the spread in their last 10 games overall coming into this one. Lakers have lost 5 straight games on the road, but Indiana just, like I said, struggling against the spread themselves here right now, despite this winning streak. Even in some of the wins, they weren't covering against weak sisters like Dallas and Brooklyn. In fact, they played out of those last 5 games. They played Brooklyn twice and Minnesota twice, and the Dallas Mavericks in that little winning streak here. Indiana's gone under in 7 of their last 10 games. So Lakers have gone over in 4 of their last 5 games coming in. Total's gone under in 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams. The teams did meet back in February for their first meeting at LA. LA won and covered. They were a dog on that night, but they were a little bit shorthanded there in that one, but came through. So let's see what you have here. Lakers have won 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams. Lakers have actually dropped 7 of their last 10 coming into this one. Let's see what you have. The Pacers, like I said, long winning streak and a long winning streak here at home of 8 games currently. Indiana's also gone under in 8 of their last 9 games at home. The widely reported steam came in on the Lakers here. They were as low as a 1-point favorite. It might be 1 right now for the most part. I do see. I'm going to say it's 1. In fact, I show Bovada's actually moved to the Pacers as a favorite here. So let's call it 1. And I think 236 is still okay here in this one. Right. Let's go to the chat here right now. Did see some steam just a few moments ago. I missed. While I was cleaning up my mess here of water. Man, my sheet is a disaster here. Hope the play. Maybe this will be a good omen. Steam came in on the under in the Clippers and the Knicks game. It was 217.5, and it's down to 216 at circa right now between the Clippers and the Knicks tonight. Here come your plays in the Laker game, though. And we've got Philly Eagle Flyers totally ready to go for baseball. Blues on the Lakers team total under. And Jerry says he's really down on what he sees right now. The Lakers can't fix it at this point, short term, hopefully here. But Thomas says Lakers and money line. Robert's on the Pacers here. And there's Jim Casey. And he's a Bronny fan. And I am too. I mean, look, it's not Bronny didn't control things when he was brought into this world, right? But he sure does handle himself well, and maybe even better than his dad sometimes, huh? Here's Pacers with a prop for NYC bar. James Parm liking the over here in this one. I'll make my call as well. Like I said, that steam came in. Pacers and over was Lakers and over was the steam here, but I got to go with the Indiana Pacers in this one at home. I need to see it. Maybe the Lakers, another where they have to get back home and fix things up a little bit here. I'm going to take the Pacers to win at home in this one. Like I said, like we've talked about here, the Pacers firmly entrenched right now in the number 4 spot. They could move up a little bit. They could move down a little bit. But right now, solidly in 4th place. The Lakers are battling right now in that 4th position in the West, kind of tied with Memphis right now. And like I said, the East is, settled. I mean, the Pacers are for sure going to land in that top 6 slot, probably mostly between 4 or 6 there, actually. And the Lakers, they're still jostling as well. They'll likely be somewhere between 3rd and, there is even a possibility, a little bit more of a mix in the West, that some of those teams that are inside the mostly just the Clippers and Minnesota are kind of battling to move up a little bit, maybe into the top 6 and try to knock out some of those teams. So it goes, other than Oklahoma City in front, it's Rockets, Nuggets, Lakers, Grizzlies, Warriors, Clippers, Wolves. All right. Here we go. Jerry, Pacers are too good at home. They have a revenge opportunity to take the Pacers and the under. And Terrell talking about that Bulls game as well. All right. Next up is the Clippers taking on the Knicks here. That steam just came in, as we said moments ago, on the total under here. We've got the Clippers favored by 3 and the total 216.5. Some 216s out there as well right now. So see if we can get something here going on this one between the Clippers and the Knickerbockers. Clippers have won 5 of their last 6 games coming in. They are coming in off of a loss to snap that winning streak as they lost to OKC 103-101 at home to end their winning streak, but still pretty good run here right now. Clippers have covered 5 of their last 6 games. They've also won and covered 4 out of the last 5 meetings against the New York Knicks. New York just 6-12 against the spread in their last 18 games overall, but they have won 6 of their last 7 at home. But just to show you, right, the Clippers a favorite here in this game kind of shows where maybe odds makers are perceiving the Clippers at this point. Yes, we know we got no Brunson here for a while. Maybe that is affecting the Knicks here, but they've won 2 straight against weak teams, Washington and, yes, Dallas. I'm throwing them in the weak teams category there a little bit. They also lost to Charlotte, lost to San Antonio. So that's kind of where the Knicks maybe stand here right now. Now, James Harden is questionable in this game. It feels like he might make this lineup given the fact that the line here is -3. Having Norman Powell in this Clippers lineup it's obvious now, right? I mean, we knew already because we like Normie, but it does feel like Normie Powell is almost a glue figure for the Clippers when he is out there. And it feels like to me, kind of the player that makes the difference. New York has gone under in 10 of their last 15 games coming in. 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone under. Home teams actually covered the spread in 4 straight meetings between the two teams. Clippers here in that first meeting won 105-95 at home as a 7-point favorite. Let's go to the chat here in this one. New York's gone over in 5 straight on the back-to-back. Clippers have actually lost 8 straight games on the road when facing teams that are above 500. Let's get your picks here in this one. And it's going to be blue on the Knicks team total over. Jerry likes the Knicks and the over NYC bar. Likes the Clippers on the money line here. Okay, James Parham, Clippers money line as well. Paul Bowman, hello. Nice to see you today. And he's talking about that Boston game tonight. Thank you. Thomas says Clippers money line here. Jerry says I'll take the over. Hey, there's Saturated. He's looking good in those brackets as well. Thank you for stopping by, Saturated. Hope you had a great time with the guys as well. Paul Bowman says he's got Kentucky as his top. I think this is his top play for tomorrow for the Sweet 16. I don't think he's taking Kentucky to win it all, although maybe he is. I think he's talking about the individual game there. Dougie's on the Clippers. Lots of Clippers here. Okay, you guys are on the Clippers. And here is also Robert does like that over now that the Steams come in on the under. I think he says, gives them a little bit of value here. And so he likes the over in this one. All right, there it is. Thomas says Clippers are a consensus play here. Okay. All right. Well, I better make my call here in this one. I'm going to go with Robert. I'm going to go with the over in this one. I'm not going to trust that steam here at this point. I know that the Clippers kind of look like a bit of an under team on the road, 15-19 to the under, but the Knicks are 20-15 to the over at home. And I'm going to take the over here in this one. And we have the Raptors next taking on the Nets today. Another one where we'd kick it to the curb, but we're desperate for action here. So let's see what's... Oh, man, guys. Woo! Raptors and Nets here in this one with the Raptors. Definitely a moneymaker for sure, especially as a dog on the road. Man, they continue to get it done in this role. 21-13 against the spread on the road. 25-23 against the spread as a dog. Contrast that with Brooklyn that we talked about, right? We like the Brooklyn Nets. They make some money for it, but not as a home favorite. No. It feels like that doesn't feel like the right role for Brooklyn. They've only been favored 10 times this year. They're 4-6. ATS as a favorite. I now could maybe against a bad team. Maybe they can muster it up here and find a way to get this win. Current line here is Brooklyn -2.5. The total is down here to 213 on some widely reported steam that came in. We know the Nets are that under team a lot of times, but again, more so as a road dog is kind of when they go under the most. It feels like Toronto actually is 32-29 to the over as a dog. Well, let's see what you got here. In this one, as we're already down huge over here, we're gonna have to win our sports bets. It looks like if this day keeps up. All right, take a look here with these two. Toronto has covered the spread in 9 of their last 12 games overall. It's a good spread team, these Toronto Raptors, even though they've lost 4 of the last 5. Actually, they have won 1 in a row, right? They beat Washington last time out, 112-104. Brooklyn's covered 8 of the last 11 meetings between the two teams. Brooklyn's also covered 5 of their last 6 games overall. But again, as dogs mostly, right? They're on a 4-game losing streak here. When they're getting the points is when they've been fine, although they were well short against Dallas the other night in a 120-101 loss at home as a 3-point dog. So just doesn't feel like the right role here necessarily for Brooklyn. Brooklyn has gone over in 5 straight at home. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone under. Brooklyn has lost 7 of their last 8 games, including those 4 in a row. But again, Brooklyn's been getting the money, but it's usually as a dog. So let's see if this line is short enough. Probably spending too long on this game here, but see what you got. It's tough enough to win these road games right here. Man, Paul, that's so cool of you to say that. And hello to Perky. Good morning, sir. Thank you for being here today. And here we go with some plays. Here's Blue on the Nets team total under. And here's Thomas on Toronto. Looks like a lot of Toronto coming in here. Jerry Davis is on him. Thomas has already said it's consensus players. NYC bar. Here's our Toms. Here's Thomas. I'll go with the team consensus play. Why not? Here, give me the Raptors. I'll roll with Team Steam. Robert's on the over here as well. Nuki says they don't even want to win. All right. There we go. We got 2 good ones to wrap it up here late with Milwaukee and Denver for sure here, with both teams coming in off of a loss here right now. And we got to, of course, kind of look at the injury report for sure here with these 2. And if you see that the Nuggets here favored by 6, and we already know that Jokic is doubtful, to me, that says one thing, that possible that we know that Giannis here is on the injury report with a foot sprain right now, I believe. That sounds to me like Giannis ain't going to make the lineup. The Nuggets have actually increased the spread here from 4 to 6 right now, the total 224.5. So I think that's a pretty big sign here that maybe Giannis may not make this lineup tonight against the Denver Nuggets. Denver has some other issues too. Aaron Gordon is questionable here. Christian Brown is probable for the Nugs. And let's look at some trends here, maybe with these 2. Into this one, you've got a Milwaukee team that has covered the spread in 6 of their last 8 games overall. They're 16-19 against the spread on the road. Denver's actually covered 4 out of the last 6 meetings between the 2, but the Bucks have been doing a good job on the road despite that subpar record against the spread on the road. They've covered 6 of the last 7 games on the road overall. So they've been gutsy here a little bit. Denver's just 3-10 against the spread in their last 13 games. Denver's gone over in 6 of their last 7. They are an over team, and well, the Bucks, they're 6-17 to the under on the road. Meanwhile, Denver 23-12 to the over at home, including 6 of their last 7 overall have gone over. 5 straight meetings between these 2 teams have gone under, including the first meeting back in February when it was 121-112. The Bucks won at home. They were a dog on that day, but you have to respect the move. It feels like to me in this one, it feels like when you don't want to do it. I mean, let's see what you guys got. Jerry said it too, right? No, pardon me, with no Lillard as well. So maybe Giannis still does make the lineup. We know that Dame is a big factor. And again, we know that Dame's, injury here is, kind of permanent here at this point. We're waiting to get more information on how long that he will miss. We're, definitely concerned for him and his. Hopefully, like they said, it could be could be just a I don't know, would they say less than a month there, but it feels like serious situation with Lillard. So right now he is not available. We know that. Okay, here we go. Blue is on the Bucks team total over. And our Tom says, disappointed to hear about that. I see the no problem on that typo there a little bit. There, let's see what we got here. Jerry talking about it there. He says he can't even figure out what to do with the side there because of that, because of those injuries. So here's Denver for NYC bar. It's right. You just look at this is like a handicapping thing where you just look at it and you're like, the expert money kind of came in on Denver. It feels like a little bit of a situation. We just kind of follow that money. No Joker on this side. You're missing big stars on this side. Yet Denver is getting the move. So Jerry, good point, Jerry. Great point. But I don't know, the fact that yesterday he was downgraded to doubtful, to me, I'm not sure he can make this lineup. So I think all it says here is that you're going to have makeshift lineups and that Denver may end up getting it done. I'm going to just take Denver here, minus 6 points over Milwaukee, just trusting the line here, trusting my instincts more a little bit, it feels like here, and maybe shouldn't do that after laying an egg there yesterday, but Denver has lost 4 of their last 6 games as well. They lost to the Bulls, remember, and also losses to Portland and the Lakers, but they beat Houston and, on that road game when they were shorthanded. So, all right, I'm just to take the Nuggets. One more good one here tonight, giving the Suns a lot of credit here with what they've done here of late. Feels like they've turned it around here, fighting for this playoff situation right now. They've, waking up here with the fact that, Dallas and San Antonio are, kind of collapsing a little bit. Portland's a team fighting to get back in it, but it's more Dallas. They're tied with Phoenix right now for the 10 spot, although I think Phoenix holds the tiebreaker at this point, so maybe they're listed in the standings ahead of them, but one of those two teams here, also Sacramento also kind of battling as well. Phoenix is hot, though, with a 4-game winning streak. We know Boston also on a good winning streak here right now, taking care of business. Are these Celtics here at this point? Wins and covers here on this road trip. Utah, Portland, Sacramento. They're cutting through everybody here at this point on the road, even though, interestingly enough, if you look at the standings, Boston, I don't think they're going to catch Cleveland, and they're not going to fall out of second place. So it is kind of interesting that, they are playing so well when the motivation doesn't necessarily have to be there. It just shows their level of talent. So some of the trends here with these two coming into this one. Boston's covered 8 of their last 12 games overall on this 6-game winning streak. Boston's covered 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these two teams. Phoenix, though, doing a great job. They've covered 8 of their last 11 games overall coming into this one, having been on this hot streak of 5 wins in their last 6 games. Phoenix has gone under in 6 of their last 8 games. Boston's gone under in 6 of their last 9 games. Overall, these are two teams that usually go under in this situation. You have Phoenix, even though they are just 36 over, 36 under, they're 14 and 22. The under at home, 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams have gone under. The widely reported steam came in on the under here in this one between Boston and Phoenix has been the biggest dropper of the day. In fact, it's down now to two. Oh, I'm sorry about that total I have on the screen there, you guys. That should have been 221, but it's actually 220 or so right now. And maybe it will be 211. Maybe it will be. Maybe it should be 211. I should say here between these two, because Boston is actually also 13-23 to the under on the road. So if you look at Boston's numbers to the under on the road and Phoenix's numbers to the under at home, it's a combined 27-45 to the under. So let's see what you have here in this one between the Boston Celtics and the Phoenix Suns. 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams have gone under when they've played in Phoenix. And let's see here. Of course, we've talked about some of those. You guys didn't help me there last. I said, when did we were? It's like, what year was it that Phoenix played Milwaukee in the NBA? It was just like 4 or 5 years ago. Nobody said anything in the chat, and I was like, God, was it? That's how, maybe the pandemic screws you up. I was like, was it 10 years ago? Was it 5 years ago? Was it? But the Celtics and Suns, of course, played one of the most famous NBA finals. It was a long time ago, but let's go to the chat here and see what you got. All right. And Jerry here, you've got to talk these injuries for sure. Here's Thomas. Thomas says right there, he says Boston Celtics second quarter, of course. Yeah, we do have no Tatum here today. Hauser probable, Big Al probable here. Tillman is out. And Bradley Beal still out for Phoenix. Ironically, right, Phoenix's little surge here has been without Beal in the lineup. Beal feels like a chemistry, guy who kind of upsets the apple cart right now, and it wasn't really working out, and he's out, and now they're playing a little better, kind of funky there. Okay, I think Robert's going under. He's also going on the Suns. Thomas says maybe the typo will be right. I'm going to go here and get it going here a little bit for me. Make my calls. Anybody got anything left? And I'll make the call. We're done with basketball. All right. All right. Boston's hot. I know no Tatum. I'm still going to roll with them here today. Give me the Celtics in this one. That's it for the NBA. And we've got action tonight in the NHL. Let's go to the hockey next, if you don't mind. Start with Vancouver and the Isles here in this one. We get squared away here. All right, pretty good matchup tonight. Teams are over 500. You got the Isles here. They have lost a couple in a row. We know the Canucks are the kings of the road, or at least were still 18-13 on the road this season. That's pretty good for the Canucks for sure coming in. New Islanders 17-13 at home this season. The two teams played their matchup back in November at Vancouver, and the Islanders won that one 5-2 on that night. Vancouver is just 16-24 as an underdog, but again, very profitable on the or not actually not. They're a break-even proposition on the road now. I think the line kind of caught up to them a little bit. People have been riding them, and then they did have some losses, some sporadic losses in there on the road. Vancouver has won 6 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams. These teams are pretty strong on the trends to the over right now. Vancouver's gone over in 7 of their last 8 games, including 6 straight games on the road. 7 straight meetings between these two teams, 7 straight years, I guess, here at the Islanders have gone over. The Islanders have gone over in 5 straight, and 9 straight meetings overall between the two teams have gone over as well. So series is definitely an over. They only meet twice a year, but is that enough to sway you here a little bit on this over because of this type of season series here? I don't know if it is for me, but let's see what you have here. NYC Bar, if it's this game or that game, but Philly Eagle Flyer likes over and take a draw. Art Tomps does like the under here in this one. And I do too. I'm going to take the under here with Vancouver and the Islanders 9. I'm still going to take the under as my play. Here's Robert on the Canucks. All right. Thank you, gang. We're all show's almost over. Devils and Blackhawks here on the road for the Devils, taking on this week's Chicago team right now. They're going to be a big $2 favorite or more on the road, even though the Devils have lost 3 in a row here right now. Not looking great. Devils with losses to Vancouver, Ottawa, and Calgary. Meanwhile, Chicago is coming in off of a win over the Flyers that snapped a losing streak for them. New Jersey's won 5 straight meetings between the two teams. Chicago just 1-7 straight up in their last 8 games coming in. Chicago's gone over in 8 of their last 9 games at home, but New Jersey has gone under in 7 of their last 10 games on the road. Series has gone over in 6 of the last 7 meetings here in Chicago. And let's see what you guys have in this one coming in. Teams met back in New Jersey on December 14th, and New Jersey won that one 4-1. Can they get off the snide here against this easy team here? Philly Eagle Flyer might like the over try in this one. Not sure. Good morning to Jermaine in the chat. Hi, Jermaine. Nice to have you today. All right. Oops. Uh-oh. Seem to have hit the wrong tab here, you guys. Just give me one moment. There we go. Okay, can't show that website on the air. No, just kidding. Okay, here's Art Tomps on the Devils. And Jermaine's got some prop action here. Robert likes the over here in this one. All right. Well, I guess I'll just take New Jersey here to cover a puck line today. That'll be my call. Take the Devils somehow, some way. Chicago actually, not awful at home money-wise, despite their 14-17 record, a modest home record for Chicago, believe it or not. Joe's got here, he's got over in the Canucks game. Oh, no. Joe's been hot, and I have already given out my pick on the under here. Oh, well. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Blue. See you later. All right. I think that's it for that one. Light night, we got just 53 of you in here on this easy schedule today. So let's move on here to the Bruins. Taking on the Ducks here tonight in Anaheim. You got Anaheim a favorite, $1.25, 5.5 over 25. That's because the Bruins are struggling mightily here right now. They're on a losing streak for sure. Coming into this one, they've lost 6 in a row. Anaheim's lost 5 of their last 7, but Bruins struggling on the road, just 1 win in their last 7 road games. Coming in, the Ducks here do fare pretty well at home against Boston, 8-4 last 12 years here at home against the Ducks. Ducks have gone over in 5 of their last 7 games at home. Boston's gone over in 4 of their last 6 games overall. Boston is 23-16 to the over as an underdog. This will only be the 5th time of the season that the Ducks have been favored. They're 1-4 to the under as a favorite, but they are 3-2 as a favorite this season. I don't know if that's good or not, actually. 60%, so 125. Okay, you do the math. Boston, though, 12-27 as an underdog, 11-21 on the road. Man, doesn't feel like a great situation here for these struggling Bruins, even against the mediocre Ducks. I say mediocre, they're still just 2 games under 500. And, look at these standings right now in the Western Conference and where it stands. We know that Boston right now is slip sliding away with just 68 points. They're alive, but they got to get rolling here right now in that wild card. Meanwhile, for the Ducks here, they are probably up against it, probably not going anywhere here right now because of the tougher conference in the West. So see if you got anything here in this one. Here, let's see. Philly Eagle Flyer likes the over here in this one. Bruins have given up. Nuke says you got to take the Ducks here or just pass. It feels like here. I got to go with the under here. These Bruins are struggling, and the total is I show 5.5 there, but let me look at it here. I think it's actually 6. So, look, it's a game total of 6. What are the Ducks going to do? Win 4-2? What if it goes over? Is it going to be 4-3 in this one? Are they really going to? Maybe it could be. Well, I'll take the under here. Maybe it will be 4-3 actually, but I'll just take it as my free play. I have to consider the under, I think, in this one with the Bruins. Pardon me, struggling right now. Bruins can't get more than 2 goals in a game, it feels like, at this point, the way they're averaging. So I'll take the under here with Boston and Anaheim now that it's 6. All right. Okay, one more on the ice here with the Stars taking on the Oilers in this one. You got the Stars, $1.55 on the road as the Oilers have their own injury woes here with McDavid out and Draisaitl out still. So until we can get a return, it feels like, of these guys, probably going to see these kind of lines here with, the Stars, a pretty big favorite here, right? And you got 2 very, very good teams, but it just feels like it's a little bit broken right now for the Oilers without their top stars. So let's see if that affects you guys on the line. Maybe that makes Edmonton, come up with a good effort, getting a good price on them for sure here with this $1.50 or so in this one. But Dallas has won 11 of their last 16 games overall. Edmonton's won 4 of the last 5 between these 2 teams, and Dallas just 1-4 last 5 games on the road. They've won 2 straight, however, here at home. Now they're on this road trip. They beat Minnesota and Philly last 2 out. Edmonton did beat Seattle last time out 5-4 here at home. Edmonton's gone over in 7 of their last 8 games overall. And 4 of the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams have gone over when playing in Edmonton, although 6 of the last 9 meetings overall have gone under. Dallas has gone under in 5 of their last 7 games coming in. Edmonton, mentioned these injuries, but they've actually done a nice job here. They've won 4 out of their last 5. Not all have been without those Stars. It was only been a few games here that those guys have been out. So let's see if you've got anything here in this one with the Oilers and the Stars here tonight. And we've got Stars under for our Tomps. Philly Eagle Flyer says, first period in full game draw, take the first period under 1.5 and go under 6.5 in regulation with the Dallas Stars and the Edmonton Oilers. Good morning to Teresa. Ducks quack, 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 quack. I think that's what that might be. I feel like the Flyers going big on this one. So let's go Hawks over. Oh, this is the whole card there. Thank you.
Steam playing.
Hey, right now, you guys, the Vancouver Canucks are getting steamed here, just in right now. They were an even money choice, but right now they're going to probably move to a pick'em. I'm showing Bet Online has now moved the Canucks here to a favorite on the road. Maybe they got wind of you guys. Oh, maybe they got wind of you guys taking the Canucks here today, and right now they moved to a favorite here at Bet Online. The other books are still hanging on to the Islanders, but shift there in the odds on that game. And Philly go Flyer with a little more here in this one. Okay. All right, let me make my call. We'll move on to the hoop, and then the show will be over. Move on to the college games, and then the show will be over in this here today. I got to go with the under here in this one between Dallas and Edmonton tonight. Give me the under here with Dallas and Edmonton. All right, I guess that's it for the hockey here tonight. We've got some college basketball to talk about. 3 games, including the championship game of this is Thomas's game here a little bit. One of his teams here with the Cleveland State Vikings hosting the Illinois State Redbirds in the finals of the CBI tournament here in Daytona Beach. And so let's see what you guys think of this one. Look, both teams, they won their previous games in this little tournament here. You have Cleveland State beat Queens College. They covered the spread. They beat Florida Gulf Coast yesterday. They covered the spread. Of course, for Illinois State here, they had to play one consecutive day. Cleveland State is playing for the 3rd consecutive day. Illinois State played yesterday, but they played their previous game against Presby back on the 22nd. So a little bit of more, or maybe Cleveland could be more fatigued, I guess would be the way to put it here in this one. Cleveland State is 8-6 against the spread as an underdog this season. Make sure this line is 2. Yeah. Even 2.5 here at some spots now for Illinois State. A little bit of a move here, it feels like, on Illinois State. It was as low as a 1.5, and now we're looking at almost at 2.5 here at a few spots. But for me, look, Cleveland State's gone 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games. Illinois State just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games. Now, that's not wins and losses. Illinois State's won 4 of their last 5, as has Cleveland State, but does show that maybe Illinois State has been a little bit more overrated or highly rated by bettors, and Cleveland State's been a little bit underrated. We'll say this: Illinois State has won 16 of their last 20 games against Horizon opponents. This is a pretty big sample size, however, but Cleveland State also has just gone 3-7 straight up in their last 10 games against the Missouri Valley Conference. So you could factor that in a little bit here. Now, maybe those, that rash of overs has ended a little bit. Cleveland State did go under yesterday in that game against Gulf Coast, but just by a point or two. It wasn't even that. Maybe been a half a point by the time the line closed in that game. So we'll see here with Illinois State and Cleveland State here in this championship game tonight. And it is at 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific time on ESPN2. So let's go see what you got here, if anything, in this matchup. We know Thomas already said he's on Cleveland State. Here we go. All right. Saturated said, who do I have in the Final Four? Oh, great point, Saturated. Auburn, Duke, Florida, and Houston. Remember at the beginning, I was big on the SEC, and it paid off. Even though, let's see here, Illinois State for Jerry. Thomas says Cleveland State. Saturated's been to those games there in Normal, Illinois. Robert's on Illinois State here. Nuke says, you're on a high here. You're playing in this little tournament. It's not going to be a big deal. Jerry says Cleveland, team total under. Thompson is on Illinois State. All right. I'll probably go with the total here. I might like this game on the side here. Give me another over here in this one. I'll take the over with Illinois State and Cleveland State tonight. All right. Saturated big on Maryland after that great shot. Wasn't that awesome? What were you guys doing? Were y'all watching that together when well, some of you might have already left. I don't know how it ended out there on Sunday with everyone in San Antonio, but what a finish, huh? And they'll have to upset Florida, obviously, to get there. All right, that's it for the CBI. Let's go to the NIT tonight. We got the two more quarterfinals in the NIT here tonight, with Kent State taking on Loyola Chicago. Here I'm old. Loyola Chicago favored here in this one by 5. And the total here, 145 in this one for Illinois Chicago. Wins over San Jose and USF here in their tournament games. They did cover against USF. Loyola Illinois did play, those games on the road. And now they're back here at home for this matchup. And for Kent, they had wins against Bonaventure and Stanford, also on the road, but they covered them both as underdogs, doing a good job here. But they were struggling against a number for quite a while, and they are just 1-4-1 as a dog this season against the spread. Loyola Illinois has been on fire, really, against the spread right now. Coming into this one, let's see what those numbers really are here. Let's see. Well, Illinois Chicago has covered 6 straight coming into this one. 6 straight at home, 5-1 against the spread overall in their last 6. Illinois Chicago's won 5 of 6. Kent State just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games coming in. Kent's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. Overall, Kent's gone under in 11 of their last 15 on the road, but Loyola Chicago has gone over in 8 of their last 12 games. Coming into this one, Loyola Chicago has won 12 straight non-conference games at home. Let's go to the chat, see what you have. We've got our Tomps on Kent State. Hey, here's Curtis in the chat. Thank you, Curtis, for all of your support. Here's Saturated. Or let's see. No, let me, he's talking Gator Ball there. Here's Jerry on Loyola and the under here. Curtis does like Loyola. Money line. Thomas is on the under. Nuke says he likes Loyola here as well right now to win comfortably. Saturated here says they got their number 1 fan. Thomas says it's a consensus play with Loyola today. How about it? All right. Well, if you guys are going to go to the side here on that one, I don't mind that. And I'm going to go with the under here in this one between Kent and Loyola of Chicago. I mean, Kent's a big under team on the road, 3-12 to the under on the road. So give me the under in this one. Thank you, Jermaine. You're incredible. You're terrific to us. You know that. And Jermaine talking to this NBA says, I got to get my plays in there on some of these other games, even though I missed it. Okay, no problem, Jermaine. Really appreciate you always. All right, one more in the colleges, and we'll get out of here. Thanks for stopping by today. We'll spend not even 90 minutes together today. All right. UAB and UC Irvine tonight at the Brent Events Center here in Southern California. Well, in Southern California, both teams here have won over for UCI. They beat Northern Colorado and Jacksonville State here in tournament play. They didn't cover against Jacksonville State. UAB got wins and covers over St. Joe's and Santa Clara coming into this one. And we'll see what you got here with these two. You got UAB coming in 4-1, straight up and against the spread in their last 5. UAB's won 5 of their last 7 on the road. Irvine's covered 6 of their last 9. They've gone 8-1 straight up in their last 9 games overall. They're also 18-2 straight up at home in their last 20 home games. That's 2 years worth of winning. Irvine is 25-3 straight up this season as a favorite. Went just 3-3 as an underdog. UAB 2-5 to the under as a dog. They've also gone under in 4 of their last 6 games. Irvine's gone under in 8 of their last 12 games. The widely reported steam did come in on the over in this one. We are currently, though, at 159 or even 158.5 at a few spots. So it's actually ticked down a little bit here. And yes, maybe we did see a little bit more defense the last couple of nights in some of these tournaments. We talked over, but there were some unders here recently. Irvine actually has gone under in both of their tournament games here at home. UAB did go over last game, but barely by 1 point over Santa Clara, but they went way under in the game against St. Joe's. So, yeah, you know what? Talked about the no defense, but these games they're getting a little bit more important for the teams, maybe just a little bit more significant, but maybe they try a little harder on D. How's that? Let's go to the chat. And we've got Jerry here. He's going under, right? Mm-hmm. Kent plus the points here for Dimitri. Dar Thompson, UAB. Curtis says UC Irvine money line. And Nuke says maybe Irvine money line might be best there. And Dimitri had Chattanooga yesterday. All right, I'll take the under here in this one with UAB and Irvine. That's it for the Morning Steam show. Man, wow, what are we going to do? We could sit here and chat, but I'll let you go and get ready. Newt Saturated and get working on his baseball. I'm going to do a little more. Well, today is more about tomorrow's baseball. The season work is kind of in the books a little bit. So really appreciate everyone here today. Dimitri likes the over there in this late in the UAB Irvine game. Let's do our drawing and just get on out of here, shall we? Don't forget, you can get my best plays today over at winnable.com/Ramon. Pick up my top plays for today here for just 56 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM. Click the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. That'll get you to my Winnable page, and I really appreciate your support of my efforts here on the Sports Money Network. All right. We're working quickly here, huh? Let's do the drawing. Let's see who's got. Oh, well, let me flash them up there here from Thomas here. There they are. Saturated. I don't know if I am on any win totals yet. I don't know if I will be here. All right, Thomas, that's nice of you to say. I think we whipped through this one pretty fast. Let's see here. All right, let's do the drawing. Here we go. Oh, man, I'm not even saying the names here. I'm kind of winded a little bit from my rough week physically. So I'll just take a breather here and watch that. Dimitri, you deserve to win, man. Come on. Good job, Dimitri. You win. You can win the 3-teamer tonight. Appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for joining me here on the Morning Steam. Join Mikey Money today at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific for pre-gaming. Mikey will get you ready for the primetime action here tonight, including those 2 NIT games and the basketball and the NBA, NHL hockey. And don't forget, we've got BB MMA picks already locked and loaded, up and ready for you here underneath the live tab. Get the previews from 3 fights, including the main event between my man, Brandon Moreno from Tijuana against Steve Urseg from Perth in Mexico City at the CDMX Arena in Mexico City here this weekend. Check out our video tonight when you can. Get ready for your MMA action here this weekend and our companion coverage with the guys. Also, First Strike will be out tonight at about 10:30, 11 Eastern. You catch those as well for the next few days. Get your MMA weekend rolling, and we'll have golf tomorrow as well. We'll put the golf picks out there this morning for the Houston Open. You know what that means? If we're on the Houston Open, we're getting close to Augusta. So we'll have our picks out there underneath the Winnable. You guys go to the Winnable free play. If you're not on the Winnable free, we've got, man, the Winnable, the free. I've got, I brag about the near 50 subscribers that are willing to pay the 56 cents a day. We've got a couple hundred of you on the Winnable free, and that's where my golf comes out. So check that out. Thanks, everybody, for joining me here on the show. And that's going to do it. Yeah, saturated. Boy, I do feel my enthusiasm is there. It's just, I like that text. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it this week. It's been a little bit of a rough week. And then yesterday to have a losing day big time really pissed me off. But that's all right. Hopefully we get them today. All right. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. We'll see you tomorrow. Big day. Be here. 3 hours probably tomorrow with the show. I'm pretty sure we can't avoid that. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
It's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott. Running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. Ramon Scott. Sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to